Yo, 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 what is going on, my nerdy people? How is it going today? What is popping? We got a great show lined up, so let's go ahead and hop into the dojo. What is up, y'all? It is your Normie Sensei, Master Country with Normies Nerds, coming to you live from the dojo, where we take normies, whip them into shape, and turn them into nerds. If you're new here, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel, because we are on the grind to 250 subs. Look, tonight we are talking What If Episode 2, the T'Challa Star-Lord episode, and bruh, it was like beyond my expectations. Again, What If, striking beyond my expectations. Had a lot that I enjoyed about the episode. And a little bit of gripe with it as well, but we'll get into that. But here with me tonight to talk about it, we got a very special guest sensei in the building. This man is one of the originators of something that folks in here know and love called the Purple Train. This man's over here coming up with the sauce for you to get lost in. This man is over here building a Discord that is honestly making me feel like a boomer, but is occupying so much of my time that it is ridiculous. He is an innovator. He is a content generator. He is none other than the Black Mayne himself, Mr. Lavas Blackman. What is going on, bro? How are you
What's
doing,
up?
brother? Thanks for popping in here, my man. How's it going?
Oh man, going good, man. You know it. Shoot, what's up? What's up, neighborhood? What it do? What's up, everybody? Just up in here talking with normies to nerds about that. What if? It sounds like it was a great episode. I seen some of it. I didn't get to finish it. I'll have to go back, but we gonna talk
Hey,
about it.
we
We
gonna
gonna
talk
talk
about it.
about it. Do
We
not hold back. Let's get into shits,
Yeah,
man.
we gonna get into, as we like to call, the sheets. All right, but first off, let me highlight a couple of folks in here. Ash Hammer, what's going on? Al Schuler, brother, the other half of the Mayne Gang Authority over there. What is popping off, bro? Geeky Gambit, Trinity. That's my shit. Lavish is like the Unity
Right.
from like Trinity.
Have to make me
Second
start
Street
doing
Mumble.
that.
Daniel Fisher was popping. Felicity, the best moderator on the internet. We got Felicity in the building today. John Johnson, what is popping? Star Wars MCU OG Lav. Is it coming out for you, bro? Darth Chaos, Mr. Ratcatcher 2, Mike Porter. What is popping, all of y'all?
Hey,
What
what's
is
up,
popping, all
y'all?
y'all? Mad
What's
Pilgrim,
poppin'?
what is going on, bruh? How's it going, man?
Hey, what's
Hey,
good, man?
man. Look,
Can't
this is
forget
my
the
first time I
Mav,
think see
man.
you over here,
One of the
bro.
main
Drop a like
main.
and subscribe, man. We got Lavis over here in the dojo, and look, I gotta hit this music, Lavis, because I got it a little dry in the background. I know you tuned into the music, so let me hit in a little bit of this music too while we chill out and vibe out.
Go ahead, man. Do it up. Do it up.
So look, let's go ahead and get right into it, bro. The what if this episode, and I'll go ahead and kick it off, bro. I love to do my ratings on these weekly episodes. Last week was a 9.5 for me. This based off of, just a pilot, just starting off as a pilot and starting off as a new show. It got a 9.5. This episode, for me, I had to go with another 9.5. It's a little bit that knocks it off from being a 10. But, like, I ain't one of those to give every show them high numbers, because I think I only gave one episode from Loki over a 9. But when it comes to this, like, the joy that I got from watching T'Challa on screen, the way they changed those stories up in ways that made sense, bro. Like, I know you hadn't got a chance to rewatch it, but in Watu, like, he lays out the proposition at the beginning of the show. He lays it out and says, we're looking at a situation where a person is defined by their nature and not the nature of their environment. The nature of the person and not the nature of that environment, that type of thing there. So you see that from the beginning, and we're going to go ahead and step into the training grounds, bro. Because you see that from the beginning here when we run across my man's from Guardian of the Galaxy. I cannot recall his name to save my life.
Come on, Yandu.
Not Yandu, man. My man's the black dude. He's always in the martial arts stuff. Like, I feel bad for his name.
I know who you talk about. I can't ever
Korath or
pronounce his
Gorath,
name.
Korath,
I
something like
can't
that.
pronounce his name. Yeah, I know who you talk about.
Yeah, bro. But look, we see it off rip, like the nature. They hint to it, but I really didn't pick up on it till the second time I watched, bro. But like T'Challa's nature in this, when you're looking at a situation where the dude wanted to kneel down before T'Challa, and
Yeah,
he wanted to say we bow, and T'Challa's like, nah, don't do that. Like, it's not a Star Lord. It's not a name I want. You know what I mean? Like that
right,
humility is like identical to the T'Challa we know because we saw that Bruce Banner was trying to kneel to him. He's like, we don't do that here. You know what I
right.
mean?
We
Like
don't do that.
that part, and then the way of like the lessons of how he was basically. I told you before the stream, like he's kind of like a Nelson Mandela, if you will, of the universe, going around and like really creating peace, spreading peace, changing the ways of the Ravagers. Like to me, they really did a good job of just honoring not just. I don't think they were intentional to honor Chadwick Boseman, but they were intent. I think they did a good job of honoring T'Challa's character to even be
Right.
like. I think it could have been a discussion in the room where it'd been like, do we make him act like Star Lord? Like, no, he was a kid. He's raised in the Wakandan way. He is T'Challa. Let him change things in this way and be T'Challa. Like my man's changed Thanos' mind. Like he's got so many people who feel so indebted to him. So with that arc again that we get to see as well with T'Challa, something that's big on T'Challa is like his willingness to forgive, his willingness to move on. So like even with Yondu, one of the twists is that Yondu lied to T'Challa, said Wakanda was destroyed, and then came back
Right.
around and T'Challa found out it wasn't destroyed, found out that Yondu was lying to him, and he forgave Yondu and like understood where Yondu was coming from. So the virtue of that character that they brought together, bro, was just like astounding, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it
Yeah.
to me, it was on brand to what they were doing for T'Challa, bro. Like what they needed to do for T'Challa and for who Chadwick is, bro.
Right. Yeah, that was it's pretty dope that they found a way to make him a new character still still keep that same kind of personality to where you still fall in love with him no matter whether he's Black Panther, Star-Lord, or just being plain old T'Challa. That just speaks to just the character that Chadwick Boseman was able to create and how people are able to look at him. And a tribute it's a tribute to the writers as well, for them to still be able to kind of switch that around, but still be able to embody the same kind of spirit of the original character too. But I'm liking the differences though, like the original Star Lord, he's like, "Oh, I'm Star Lord." He's like, "Who?" And then
Right.
in this one, he's like, "Oh no, let me bow down to him." Now even though he throws a couple of punches at him and he winds up hitting the shield and getting all electric and stuff, but he's still dope about it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, like, I just got taken out by Star Lord. Like, like, so I thought that was pretty dope how they, like I said, be able to keep the embodiment of the character going on through to where, like, even I was surprised to even see Thanos in the episode.
Facts.
And to see the difference that they're doing with this alternate reality is like they changed a lot. So it's like not only did you get Chadwick as Star Lord, but you also got to see Thanos not even be a Killmonger in this one because T'Challa, Star Lord, this version was able to show him how to actually have enough resources, to double the resources for
Right.
everybody in the universe. And there is the concept that they had introduced to about that red flame also that is supposed to double and increase the resources and everything. So that just the fact that they were able to make the Titan just a Titan and not a Mad Titan in this one, so you can
Mm-hmm.
actually get to see what it would be like. And I was wondering if they were going to do that too. I thought that would be more of an Eternals thing, but to
Mm.
see that they're doing that in the What If, it makes a little better sense for them to throw that in here.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. I wonder if they're going to wind up bringing him back. I don't know if Thanos is going to be in more episodes than just this one. I do know Chadwick Boseman, his character comes back for 3 more episodes, so he's in a total of 4.
Yep.
And they said that he was excited to do it. Not a lot of big actors like to go in and do like television or even voiceovers for things, but so to see his enthusiasm, I feel like it definitely kind of showed a bit in at least this first episode. A lot of people are saying this will probably be like the best episode of the season, but I think they're a little biased. Of course, you're gonna enjoy see any episode with T'Challa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we get to see three more and see if maybe those can top where we're at now.
Now
But
we'll
I'm digging
oh,
it,
go ahead.
digging it.
Now I will say, bro, because on that point, like, is you have to wonder, is the T'Challa like nostalgia sinking in? And like, honestly, is one thing to where, like, to be real, and I feel like you probably feel the same way. I don't care if that's making my elevation up that high. It doesn't matter if he died and that's making the episode that much better for me. Then F it, it's making it that much better for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I was really looking at it, see if there is some T'Challa, like Chadwick Boseman nostalgia kicking in, and I still even think beyond that this could have stood out to be like, it definitely would have been better than episode one, and I still probably would give it a 9, just honestly because of, like I said, just the way they highlighted the impact of T'Challa. Like, it wasn't, and the reason why I feel like nostalgia didn't have too much to play, because it wasn't like there. It felt like anything put in there to cater to his death or to cater to any type of situation. It was all just about the story and all about his T'Challa character. Like, those are the type of things T'Challa that we would have seen, that we've known about T'Challa to do. Because I brought this up in the drop party, bro. You remember Civil War?
Hmm.
T'Challa was just got his daddy killed by
Hmm.
my man's Zemo.
Right.
And Zemo was about to off himself, and he stops it in the process. You know what I mean? Like, he went there for vengeance, he went there for hate, and then he stops that in the process. Like, like the mental, like, the type
Oh
of
yeah.
character you have to do that. Meanwhile, you got Iron Man in there duking it out with somebody who killed his parents years ago over mind control. He wasn't even control his body, and he just wanted that type of vengeance. So it's like, that dude is mental. Like, he's more moral compass. He might be higher than Cap. You know what I mean? Like, what we're looking at
Right.
this point, moral compass is
Yeah.
looking a little bit higher than Cap. And what they did in this episode, because I had this thought, it was like, does this show even more of what they were looking to do with T'Challa to, like, really elevate him to that status? Because his morality here is just on another level,
Right.
bro.
Well,
Like,
I mean, T'Challa in like even in the comics, he is like a very high standard when it comes to his morality. When it comes to how he wants to govern the people, how he chose to even open up the borders and do all that types of stuff. That's a T'Challa trope. Um, I think that maybe we got a little robbed, though. Unfortunately, it's not like anybody. It's not like he got recasted or he decided to leave. Unfortunately, he's not here anymore. But I feel like we got a little robbed, especially where we're at now in the MCU with the fact that they're doing alternate timelines and the fact that they're about to introduce the Fantastic Four and all of that stuff. Because we're so close to getting Secret Wars, and we're so close to getting a Council of Kangs and a Council of
mm,
Breeds, and the Illuminati and all those types of things. And of course, Black Panther is on the Illuminati,
mm-hmm,
and it's at this point, it's not really the point of, okay, yeah, they can either bring back in some other kind of Black Panther and still embody what T'Challa's character is, but it's to the point of, I wonder how it would have been if Bozeman was, still playing him, and how would that come across on screen from him in having to make certain decisions? Because some of the decisions that they had to make when they were in the Illuminati were not so moral. Some of
right,
them were necessital. You know what I'm saying?
right,
This has to happen. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. And Black Panther was, of course, on board with that, even more so than, you brought up Steve Rogers. Like, Steve Rogers was like, nah, dude, we're not
deuces.
doing this. Don't know what you're thinking. And he's like, yeah, wipe his mind and throw him out. Like, we're not even gonna deal with that. So it's like, I just wonder how that would have came across from Chadwick being on that panel. I'm not sure if they'll still include a Black Panther now. A lot of things are different at this point, but I mean, they still can because they have the multiverse.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
but
Real
it's
quick,
it's dope. What's up?
my fault to cut you off. Real quick, my
No, you're
theory
good.
on that is that I think, what if, like you said, leading up to Secret Wars, man. Like, I'm thinking, especially animated, if we go along with building a Illuminati, and I think maybe if we introduce the Illuminati in the animated version first, because we're gonna be getting evil Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange things gonna interact with what if we get the T'Challa from a multiverse where Wakanda has been destroyed already, or where, like, the incursions already happened and he's there and he's alive or what have you, completely tied away, cut off from our 616 Wakanda that we have. Just separate entity from there. Like introduce the voice actor, introduce that character to look, um, in the What If series. Just like slowly bring that in. Have him interacting with Doctor Strange, with Reed Richards, with your like heavy hitters, bro. At the same time, you got Shuri, who was the Black Panther in the 616, and she fresh off of Black Panther 2, she might pop up in the Avenger movie or like a team up movie, if you will, as the Black Panther. That when these things collide, you can shift back and have that guy step in the role and still have Shuri step be the Black Panther of the 616 and let this T'Challa be in the Illuminati, let this T'Challa run the like deal with the world affairs, kind of like what they did in the comics for a little bit, and hang with it there. And bring my man's damn some Idris. Like I'm on that bandwagon, man. My man's Franklin from Snowfall. Bring my man's in here. Let him bring the gravitas to that role. Be able to win the people over on Black Twitter, which Felicity said I need to stay off of. Win those people over and make it work. Sorry to get off topic, but that's just like kind of my ways of thinking they could use this what if and use some multiverse to get T'Challa back in here, man.
Right. One, I guess since we're talking theories for a moment, I guess one little theory that I had is, as much as we like to try to make fun of Marvel for them not being able to keep certain things secret,
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes I kind of think that that's on purpose because you do get your boy Michael B, who is voicing Killmonger,
Mm-hmm.
and you do get an alternate version where Killmonger actually becomes ruler and Black Panther.
That's fact.
Um, I would not be surprised if one of the best things kept secret is, and remember, they don't have contracts anymore, so
Mm.
doesn't have to be contracted to be Black Panther for a long term thing. He could even come through and do cameos. You don't have to have a full blown Michael B. Black Panther, although everybody would want that. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of the best things kept secret is probably something like a Michael B. cameo. Maybe he comes through from another alternate reality, and everything that you said does happen. But of course, it's with Michael B. Because
Yeah.
T'Challa, in certain iterations, there's times where he's the king of Wakanda, duh. But there is times where he has made Shuri the queen, and has stepped off to go handle things with the Illuminati, Avengers, and things like that because it was within Wakanda's interests in order to keep it safe.
Right.
And ironically, they just dropped the Black Panther DLC on the Avengers, and that's kind of the way that they went with that. He starts off as the king, he goes out, he handles his business and makes sure that Wakanda's safe with the threat that they got. Then plow, he drops that on Shuri. But he still takes the mantle of Black Panther, of course, with him. But it isn't a dialogue, so I don't know how they may play this, another multiverse thing. But they could still make Shuri a version of Black Panther that sticks, and stays in Wakanda. So again, to reverse that, we would probably see that happen more in Black Panther 2 and get
Okay.
that version of Shuri to be Black Panther, and then they bring in this alternate universe thing, and we go from there. So I wouldn't be
I like
surprised
that.
if that's kind of the twist that
But
they might have for Black Panther 2.
I think we both on the bandwagon that Shuri just don't need to be the only Black Panther. Look, like let her
I
keep
don't,
the role. Like I don't. That's my thought. Like, I hate to get off topic here. I promise, guys. After I make my point, and Lavis makes his point, we'll get back on topic. But it's just like I just feel like as much as I love her, she wasn't cast for that role. She wasn't cast to be there, and like that's a huge ask, especially at this point for us, and for her to carry that story that much beyond Black Panther 2. I think Black Panther 2
right.
has no issue, but beyond Black Panther 2 and beyond the cameo, the full on like the take on the T'Challa storyline is like I think that's a little too much to ask of her in that character.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, and again, it's got nothing to do with her being a female or anything
Right.
like that. I think the biggest thing is just the fact that canonically Black Panther is, well, not canonically, excuse me, for a large standard, Black Panther has always been T'Challa
Mm-hmm.
or some kind of a king, T'Chaka and those before him. So yeah, it was nice kind of seeing that female can take up that mantle and hold it down and everything like that. But it's just, you think King T'Chaka, you think King T'Challa, you think King of the Jungle. You just, they're out there in Africa doing it up in a secret society. You can call them that whether you like it or not. They're hiding. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're secret and they are society. So they're just not the evil kind. But it's just, we just think of T'Challa. We just think of Black Panther and all the things that character has been through. None of that includes Shuri. They haven't actually put Shuri through that mantle. Now, if they had in the comics to where it was more of a thing, then I think that the idea of it would be a little different. But in the air and space that we are now, with the characters that they are building and how they are maintaining them, it's T'Challa, man. We need a T'Challa Black Panther to continue that mantle, or at least someone that is equivalent to. I feel like
Right.
that's what we need.
Now, look, to switch it up a little bit here, we got Yondu on the screen. Yondu is someone who is gone from our screens in the main MCU, but he's out there now in the multiverse. I'm gonna just be real. I like what they did with Yondu here. Like they changed Yondu and they changed the Ravengers up. Like the Ravengers, they are good guys out there helping T'Challa with his mission, but he still like got the gumption to tell T'Challa, "This is still my mission. Like this is still my ship. Like you might be the soul." He said, "You might be the soul of the ship, but I'm still the captain." And like just his like willingness to one be looking out for T'Challa and not want to take on that mission to go to nowhere and take on the Collector, but also to just be a good and overall organization. I like that switch they had on him, and like Al Roker killed the vocal performance as well. So I just wanted to give him a shout out before we got on to our next topic though. But look, so Lavis, the fight scene, bro. This scene with the Collector. First off, from what you've seen from the Collector, what's your take on how they changed up the Collector,
Oh well, I mean, of course, I think the most obvious thing for everybody is like my man's cock diesel, brolic as hell, and kind of fits a little bit more of his actual character. Like the collector really wasn't nobody to trifle with,
bro? Right.
for real. But I mean, it seemed like they made him a lot stronger and a little more able to hold that mantle, that name that he has as the collector. Kind of makes sense now. It's like, hey, okay, I can see why my man's, besides being a good trader, kind of possesses some of these things, not just the knowledge, but the power to actually keep them at bay or keep them on lockdown in the first place. So, uh,
Facts, bro.
besides that, it made my man look a little more like a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like like even right here, this image you got up, like he get ready to backhand the hell out of Nebula.
It
I
look
don't know
like
what she said,
hey, it look like he
but
could.
he didn't look like he was feeling it.
It look like he a backhander or stealer, one of the two. Like steal your, you
Right,
collect your girl too. Like you don't just collect the
right,
gems, you collect your girl. But not like I
right.
agree 100% though, bro. Because it's like watching it in live action. I always wondered like, so why ain't the collector getting bum rushed for his Infinity Stones? You know what I mean? Like he had what two at one time, but he had one for real. But the Reality Stone, I feel like it wasn't no secret that he had the Reality Stone. And like I'm like, yo, this dude can have all this treasure and all these riches. He doesn't have an army, and it's just him himself. So like you said, like this was a more accurate representation of it, bro. Cause
Yeah,
I got the feels, man. Cause they had a dope shot when T'Challa got there, and he was going through all of the exhibits that he has in there, bro. And it is like, damn, my man's really got all these species. Like I had the same thought, like yo, he had to defeat these people, put them in the cage, and keep them there, and like stave off. I'm pretty sure these people got like folks who want to come fight for him. Pretty sure these people got folks who want to get revenge. Like you know what I mean? Like he's
mm-hmm.
that dude. He's that dude. So I think they did a dope job with him. Of it made sense to me at least, especially when we get to like the actual fight scene. And you see that he's using the like some type of controller. One, he's mech'd up, like he's
Yeah,
got some mechanical stuff. But two, he's got like a wristband that he uses to control these weapons. Um, so like to me that makes okay. It made even more sense as to like why he could do what he was doing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They played more on his actual character, and it's easier to do in with it being animated. I feel as if like if they had done that in the movies with the collector, I feel like that probably would have made him a little too interesting. he's already interesting with the fact that he's got all these different types of beings and artifacts and weapons that he keeps on lockdown. He's a black arms deal trader of a high commodity. So I feel like that was interesting enough for the movies. But if you're going to put him in a cartoon and make him relevant and do him due diligence, this kind of a boss up is what's necessary for sure.
Yeah,
So
my man's Ashton in the comments says, imagine if T'Challa would have grabbed the Mjolnir next to Cap's shield in the background to fight the Collector. That would have been so raw. But,
oh yeah,
bro, that would have, man, F everything else that we've been talking about so far, bro. That would have been too wild, bro. That would have been wild.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And I'm ready for a lot of shit. But damn. But yeah, that was my next.
You did that wrong. Yeah, do one word. Women bitches. All one word.
Women bitches.
No space. Yeah, women bitches.
Bring out the bitches.
Like I said.
Bring the bitches. All right.
Then the powder. then the powder.
All right, but yo, one other thing, bro. This collection, dog. Like this collection, bro. Like the shield. So it's throwing me off a bit. He's got Mjolnir up there. He's got the shield. He's got Korg's arm. Did he defeat the Avengers? Like, what's he doing with all these Avengers? The one thing he doesn't have is something that resembles Tony Stark's equipment.
Right. This is
but
true.
with Mjolnir and Cap, did he defeat the Avengers, bro? Like my whole thing, he even got Korg's arm. It looked like he got Meek's sword back there on the back end on the far right. Like, bro, like I'm just curious of what is going on in this universe. Before this shot, I was even thinking that T'Challa was in the same universe as Peggy Carter was in, and he still could be. But after this shot, it was like, nah, because one, it's 2009 when this stuff is going on. The Cap shield is there, so like, well, no, there wasn't a Cap in Peggy's universe.
She was technically,
Captain
like it
Britain.
wasn't a Captain America, right?
Yeah.
She's
Captain Carter. So there wasn't like that type of shield, at least. Like that wasn't there. We've seen footage of Mjolnir with of Thor with Mjolnir. So unless he gives it back to Thor, what have you, that could be possible. But it's like, I don't even know. It blew the whole thing up for me to be like, damn, we could really be in multiple multiverses. You know what I mean? Like we could be going through there. Because at one point I was thinking, all right, maybe these Avengers, maybe T'Challa and Killmonger are tied in together. But even the way the episode ended with T'Challa going back to Wakanda, it felt like, damn, is Killmonger even in this? Like, is that Killmonger thing even in this universe? It sounded like we're done with this story for now. So like I expect that Killmonger episode to be in a different episode. So it's
right.
I don't know, like this shot right here held a lot of weight. Just more beyond just having the weapons back there, but just kind of the implications of what that can mean in the multiverse.
Right. Well, yeah. So each of the characters that they're going to go through in the What If are in their own alternate universe.
Right.
So it is extremely possible that in this universe, that yes, Cap and Thor can either be dead, defeated, and or what I don't see up there is like Stormbreaker or any other versions of like Mjolnir is just one version of the hammer that a Thor has had.
Right.
So he could have gotten Mjolnir, and Thor can still be out there rocking with Stormbreaker. Or Thor could have a new hammer if he's not defeated, as we're assuming. With Cap, there's actually been multiple versions of his shield as well. He actually does get one from Wakanda, not just the small little glaive shields that you see him with in the movie, but he actually gets a whole other vibranium shield that is made by the Wakandans, kind of like they did in the movie. I was like a callback to that in the comics. So this could be like his original version, or if you ask me how I feel Marvel likes to do it, they kind of like to over-ambiguate a little too much. So there could have been some kind of a war in which the Avengers were killed in, and now he's got Mjolnir. I don't know how he would have gotten it up there if the only way that would make sense is if this hammer is not enchanted with
Facts.
Odin's enchantment.
Facts.
Yeah, unless Odin did not put the enchantment on it, then of course anybody can wield it. Doesn't matter if they're worthy or not, which is how that hammer started off. So those could be possibilities on that one. Um, and yeah, like I said, always remember that each one you'll see them in their own alternate universe, going through their own story with their own set of what if elements around them. That's going to be vastly different than what you're probably used to seeing. But at some point, Uatu does pull them all together from their own universe, and that pays off later. The trailer you see where they do the Avengers 1 montage where they're going in a little circle, and you see all the newer versions of them with your girl Gamora and Black Panther and Star Lord. So that's what's going to happen. And I'm guessing that about episode 6. I think they're going to
I'm
have
thinking
at least
episode
2 or 3
6 too.
more. Yeah, 2 or 3 more. They're going to do the one with Killmonger. And
You
who else
got
they
the
got? They got to do
Loki
Gamora
episode.
still.
See, I know
And then the Loki episode.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing the Loki episode is episode 3. And then I don't know what's after that, but yeah, you still got Killmonger. Maybe have a Gamora. So 3, then Killmonger might be 4. Then maybe have Gamora be episode 5.
It's something like that.
Yeah,
in
something
that
like
order.
that. And then maybe episode 6 is the zombie episode. And that's when they maybe start coming together. Because that zombie one was clear to me that was in a different world. But what made the different multiverse thing different for me was that last episode 1. I was on the same wave. Like, I thought all of these were disconnected. I wasn't on the same wave as you are, though, that Watu interfered this season. I was thinking he might wait till next season to interfere.
Oh no.
But he
No.
may
Oh
interfere.
yeah, we can't forget Doctor Strange
Yeah.
too. He also gets
Doctor
his
Strange. Yeah,
episode.
Doctor Strange gets his episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot we gotta fit in. I think it's still clear we got a lot that we ain't seen yet, bro. And we 2 episodes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, we're only 2 episodes in, man. We get 9.
Yeah.
So
But I
we're
think
gonna
the
have to do
next.
something.
I don't know. I was thinking the next episode, this Loki episode, could be tied into Peggy Carter. That's what like changed my mind because when Peggy, that's what I was trying to get to. When Peggy Carter, like at the end of episode 1, when she popped in like Loki did in Avengers 1, when she popped in like that in the desert and it's set like
Taking
this.
his place. Yeah.
Yeah. The Loki, what we see in the trailer, she's got the whole army of Asgard. He's got the Crypt of 1,000 Winters. Like, they're ready to invade, and I'm thinking he's invading for the damn Tesseract. Like, that's where my head was going. Like, that could be so connected to where right after she pops up in 2012, that's when Loki pops up through the Bifrost and is pulling up for the Tesseract, similar to what he did in the first Avengers.
Right.
So that's what kind of had me. And even still, this could still be connected. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
like somebody was saying, they could have made Serum and still made a Captain America. Like, they still could have made a Captain America suit for that. Thor could have lost his hammer in some type of way. Like, this could still be connected for this like series. I mean, that means T'Challa came back in 2009. So you got a lot of stuff that can happen in 3 years according to Marvel. So it's they can still be connected, but I'm with you. Like at the same time, I would love for it to be like all of them come together. That was my thought from the beginning. Was that it would be disconnected and that they come together maybe in like episode 6, 5, and you start seeing these stories interweave. Like maybe 2 of them meet each other, and then another 2, and then they meet together and make 4. You know what I mean? Like that type of
Right.
that type of.
Well, they definitely do come together because I've seen footage and images of Peggy Carter talking to Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and
at some point they do cross over. Just
we'll
don't know
get into
why
that.
and how.
I think it has something to do with Schumer. Well, I mean, my thought initially was that it was Schumer. It seemed like she kind of handled Schumer a little bit in the first episode. My thought that she and Schumer, that Doctor Strange and Schumer were, Doctor Strange and Peggy were inside the belly of Schumer together, and are trapped there into Multiverse of Madness. Hence their like live action appearance. But we'll get into that after we're done with the episode here. My bad, folks. Look, when you got the Mayne in the building, folks, and you start just talking about the nerdy shit, this is the type of conversation that your boy been wanting to have since he was on another channel. You know what I mean? Like this is the type of conversation I've been dying to have in the dojo. So y'all gotta forgive me if I get off track. Last thing about my man's here is like it was dope seeing him put on that hella helmet, bro. When he put on that hella helmet and like his whole like mentality changed, One, I didn't even realize the Hela had on like a helmet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
um, I didn't realize that. But like other than that too, it was like in the moment when he put that on, I was just lost at how T'Challa was gonna get out of it. Like I was like, damn, what's T'Challa gonna do to beat him? Like I kind of lost like that thought. Like damn, like how is he gonna do it? Even for a split second, hate to say it, I was like, damn, is he about to defeat T'Challa? Like what the hell is going on?
right. The king.
But nah,
About to take out the king.
that was just a dope moment, bro. That was just a dope moment. Let's see how far. And then I'm gonna just speed through some of these other points, bro. And let me know if you got something you want to holler at. Just Nebula real quick. Nebula storyline
Mm.
and art. I liked it. Just how different it was. One, she looks stunning. She looked like I
Yeah,
said it yesterday. She looked like a Lola Bunny in Space Jam type of stunning. You know what I mean?
right.
Uh,
I gave her a Marilyn Monroe look.
look, she killing it. So one that's dope, but then also too the storyline they snuck in there with her and Thanos. Like she went from like not wanting to really like acknowledge him like that, like calling him dad or calling him so like you lucky if I even call you big guy, to going back out there to save Thanos' life. Um, to me that was like pretty good story arc, pretty dope story right there, and a good change. Now, speaking of Thanos, what people I have heard some people say like they didn't like how Thanos could get handled by Proxima Midnight in Obsidian, but like to me, that wasn't too much. Like one, Thanos had been converted. Like I think that was a huge change to like to go on, to have
Right.
T'Challa convert Thanos, bro. Um, But honestly, at the same time, it makes sense to where if you can make it make sense to Thanos, if you can show Thanos a way, then he would look to go the other way. Because at the end of the day, he wasn't completely evil. He just was, I don't know. He was evil because he wanted to do it complete, do
I
genocide.
mean,
But like,
so
it's
I mean,
different.
on that, so Thanos is kind of a complicated character in the fact
Yeah.
that he is more of an anti-hero or an anti-villain than an anti-hero. And the anti-villain, what makes him that is the fact that he feels that what his cause is just and right and needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how he has to go to get this to have this outcome happen, and it doesn't matter to him that to everyone else it's crazy and no, you shouldn't go about doing that because of lives. um but to say that he's not bad or not good is that veil that they give him by making him an anti-villain.
Right.
um Ultimately though, Thanos is pretty much a bad guy. But Thanos has had his moments where he helps. But and I think that in this what if episode is probably the closest iteration that you get to see of
Mm-hmm.
him being a good guy. But honestly, that's not something that's completely done. It's usually he's a bad guy. He helps you out because it's within his circuit of things that he wants to complete. But it's the moment he gets to stab you in the back and take power back over is what Thanos does. So we'll see if they, like I said, if they bring him back, we'll see what they're gonna do with Thanos. But I
Now
don't know.
here though, I think he's just like I'm convinced that he's just 100% turned around, bro. Like his mannerisms and stuff, like it's ridiculous. Of like just the complete 360, and Josh Brolin is voicing it, and it's like the complete 360. Um, but yeah, and touching on that with the anti-hero stuff too as well. It was like they didn't lose it. Like Thanos was still like trying to make low key, trying to be like, but you know that genocide plan, it was efficient. Like it wasn't really genocide because it was random. You know what I mean? Like he's still kind of trying to justify his means. You know what I mean? Uh, but at the same time, like that switch, that craziness that he's actually a good guy. That like I went from being scared that Thanos put his arm, like my heart skipped a beat a little bit seeing Thanos put his arm around Korath. When he was like, "What did you do about the Mad Titan?" And then boom, his arm is around him. That's like that
Right.
still was haunting and a little bit like creepy. Um, but let me ask you about this picture here, Hugh. Let me ask you about this picture right here though, with Obsidian and Proxima Midnight being able to take out, pretty much getting ready to take out Thanos. Like that's to me, I felt like it was reasonable. One, because just because they're on Thanos' team don't mean they're not powerful. I can imagine Thanos had fought every one of them, and that they are formidable opponents to Thanos, especially with Proxima's weapon. that she has right
Right.
there. That any all of them I think can go. Even with the Hulk, like he showed his little struggle with the Hulk, and I think with more training from Thanos, Hulk probably would gave Thanos the work, and Thanos would have been that type of leader to still have him on his team to do that. So you got a weaponless Thanos, no sword, just his fist, going against
Right.
two armed folks who was on his squad, and one of them he was about to come up, and then one of them got him with a sneak attack on the leg. Like to me, it's reasonable that he could have got like the bested right here. I don't know. To me, that's
Right.
reasonable.
No, I totally agree. To be honest, it's always taken more than one person to always try to take down Thanos,
Right.
regardless. Um, if they had made it to where it was just like one of them and Thanos got handled, then that probably would have been a little bit more of a problem. But the fact that they had a double team against him, I mean, they still show that he's kind of powerful. You know, he's taking regular blaster fire and it's just
Mm-hmm.
bouncing off him and he's just tossing people around, kicking them across. So Thanos, he's a problem as long as you're going against him by himself.
Right.
Um, the only time I can honestly say I've ever seen any version of Thanos honestly scared was when Silver Surfer got that upgrade in power, and I'm totally blanking on the name. They didn't call he's not called Silver Surfer anymore. He actually gets like a blackened hue, and it gets a name change, like the Chosen One or something like that.
Okay.
And he wields a version of Mjolnir, and Thanos was actually so scared of that version that he went back in time and brought back a younger version of himself with him just to fight him. And he had all the heralds of Galactus to fight him too. Worldbreaker Hulk. He had a version of Ghost. Man, I want to say Ghostface Killer. I don't know why I was listening to his music earlier today, but you know who I'm talking about. Ghost Rider. He had all of them just to go up against him. So that is the only time I can honestly say that I've seen Thanos want to go out of his way and be like, "Yo, I need some help with something." And he's so he's so narcissistic that he wouldn't got his own help from himself. So, like I said, just to feedback into that point is just, if it was just like one of them, it was just Obsidian facing against him, then yeah. But two good, well-powered beings that are kind of on his level, that are
Facts.
trained to fight. Yeah, yeah, and especially the fact that you got to think this isn't the version of Thanos who went on the quest to conquer worlds and kill people, essentially to try to save them. So of course he's going to be fighting a lot more. He's going to be a little more practiced at that.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems more like he's more like he was able to be the gardener that he sought out to be in the first place because
Right.
T'Challa was able to give him what he needed to double the resources. So he's not as practiced. He's just willing, more than anything. So yeah, he got handled. About time we get to see him get his ass beat. If you ask me, it's well overdue,
You gotta
and I'm
get that
pretty sure a
Loki
lot of
moment.
people probably enjoyed that.
You gotta get that Loki moment. Be like, yeah, that's how it feels. The type of jump from Ragnarok.
Right.
But yeah, I agree with everything you said there, 100%, bro. Speed through this part here. Well, not speed through it. And Watu, we can spend a second on the Watu. You touched on a little bit. You feel like Watu is going to interfere this season. My thought was that he's going to interfere next season. But my way of interfering is different than yours. I kind of like the idea of him being the one to bring these multiverse of people together to fight against that threat at the end. I really like that idea, bro. But he showed, like, the way he narrated this episode was a little different. Like, he was in there,
Mm-hmm.
he was in there a bit more. I think you're starting to hear that he's not as, like, you hear a little bit of emotion from him a little bit. Like, feels like he's kind of watching things for the first time and, like, being surprised by some of the things he's saying a bit. I feel like at one point he's gonna start asking us questions. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Right.
he's gonna start talking to us and being like, "Wait a minute, should I do this? Like, should I not?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna question himself instead of being this narrator that's so sure of himself. But just this shot, bro. Like, they've had some amazing shots of of the Watcher, and
Yeah.
it gets me hyped because one, I can't wait to see him in live action. I think that's
Right.
a no-brainer that we'll see him in live action. And he could be scaled down. I think he's somebody that has the power to probably even scale down and be on Earth. You know what I mean? Like to do something like that. But this visual even gets me hyped for Galactus, bro. like if to see that they're working with these concepts, seeing how they play off with these bigger than planet sizes right here, like it gets me hyped to even maybe see a Galactus involved.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping that we get to see live action Galactus first. I don't want to see Galactus in one of these animated.
Oh
I don't want
hell
to see
no,
that.
nah. I don't want to see that first either. We need to get Galactus in live action first, no doubt, bro.
Yes.
No doubt.
Like make that happen, Marvel. Make that happen.
Yeah, I think they'll be on board with that. One thing here in the last point of the episode here is my man's what happened at the end with Peter Quill, linking up with Ego. Now look, to my faithful ones in the dojo, look, I don't lead y'all astray. Your boy got the prediction right this episode. I got the prediction right. It don't happen all the time. It don't happen all the time, but when it does happen, you gotta let the world know.
Hey, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like my whole thought was as soon as we saw one, we have people who didn't want to believe this was Star Lord. But nah, this was Star Lord, and we got the Dairy Queen there, and then linking that up with they had actually changed. This is one instance where you see they changed footage because I think you got that logo of Dairy Queen in the back behind Ego, and then you also got those chairs up. I don't think it was like that in the trailer footage. But these two linking up is huge, bro. And like, I'm wondering if that can be the threat at the end. Those two linking up, if they could have to fight against that threat, or what? I mean, that could be a dope thing to witness. Like, I don't know where that story is coming because in what you said, that's a story we're gonna have to come back. That story's for another day. He said, "Too bad this could mean the end of their world, but that's a story for another day."
Right.
So like, is Watcher gonna bring all of these people together to handle this threat? What is a threat that's gonna be they brings together? But like to me, this is perfect. You know what's about to happen because you got this. My man's just depressed. He's alone, got no family, and he found out that his dad got powers. Damn straight, he's gonna throw that god doggone Dairy Queen hat on the ground, push that mop on the ground. Hell yeah, I'm in. Like, give it to me, bro. And hey, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Ego's plans is there.
Yeah, it can be very different this time go around because like you said, he didn't have the Yondu family. He didn't have any of that to try to steer him to be a Star Lord, just working at Dairy Queen. So yeah, if somebody shows up to me talking about they my pops, they got powers, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'm trying to learn about all of that, and he might actually be more accepting and unable for anyone to turn him around because he doesn't have that family to listen to in the first place. So, but I feel like Iwatu was just like that's a story for another day because that's something that maybe they could explore in a different continuity, maybe a different season. Who knows? And that could be a threat that they do face in another season, and they're just Easter egging it now. I'm going to say, if you really want to know what I believe the threat is for them in this go round, it's actually going to be Ultron.
Okay.
Definitely going to be Ultron because somebody's always after those Infinity Stones. And if Thanos ain't after those Infinity Stones, the only other entity that they kind of showed, we got leaked info on was Ultron, and he's got that vibranium armor. He's got the full vibranium armor. He's got that lance, and in his chest, he's got Infinity Stones. So I feel like he's going to be a problem that not just one of these entities are going to be able to handle on their own. And because there's so many different things that's happening in this what if, and it's an alternate reality that could be such a big issue, that's what I feel like Iwachu's going to have to interfere and be like, yo, I need y'all to go over here, handle this problem because this is not supposed to happen. If he gets all of these, he's going to be able to have this power, that power, blah, 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 blah. And that probably affects the Watcher as well. So he's probably going to want to do something about that.
There's a lot.
So I feel it's going to be him.
There's a lot that we still got to unpack from this series, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it is what? We got 7 episodes left. Like 3 through 9. You touched on that stuff, but we've seen I've seen footage from where Thor is fighting Ultron in Vegas. Like how that's going down. Like we got footage of Vision in there. We got footage of what is it? Spider-Man. That's what I'm trying. We got footage of Spider-Man in there. We got footage of Doctor Strange. We still gotta like touch on Doctor Strange and all that stuff. And then the Scarlet Witch. We got all that stuff in there leading up to a whole thing that we don't even know who that big villain can be at the end. Like defending, like we don't got an answer. I think Ultron could be a great answer. I mean, between Ultron, maybe Schumer, um, I don't like. I just don't know, bro. Like it's so many things. And the thing is, we have Ultron be that villain in that main Avengers thing, and then come up in a different episode, and we and have Peggy and Doctor Strange trying to handle Schumer. You know what I mean? Like they can do
Yeah.
whatever. Like they honestly can do whatever right now, and they got us by the hook with it right now. With this series, bro. So
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a
bro.
lot.
So look, we got that out the way. Any parting notes that you got on the episode, bro?
Um, for what I was able to catch of it, I'm gonna have to watch it again. Um, and really see what kind of other Easter eggs that they put in there. I've so far from what I've caught, I know that they like with him using the necro swords and stuff. Like he pulled out a whole bunch of different stuff. The helmet, and then he had the mech on his arm, and he was using to also help make him a little stronger. And then he pulled out
Nice.
the helmet and the necro sword. I know we're going to be starting to see that in Love and Thunder. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're throwing in a lot of Easter eggs in this show that's going to allude to some of their future properties.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to have to go back and rewatch it and try to pay attention and see if maybe they tease something now that we may actually get, that we may actually tangibly get in the future. Like everybody's thinking Peggy Carter might be in Doctor Strange. I still think that's a big theory. I don't even gonna put that as a rumor. I think it's theory. There's this, like you said, there's a lot that we get to or have to unpack to make sense out of first before we can try to see where they're going to fit in the future. But I'm here for it, man. For this episode, I thought it was for what I got to see, it was pretty good. And I'm just interested in seeing how, like you said, how they're going to bring everything together and pay all this off. I still think they're all going to come together in this season, and maybe uh we might get a cliffhanger episode 9, and then that'll lead us into season 2. But we shall see. We shall
Man,
see.
we shall see, bro. We shall see. I'm hella hyped for where we're headed, bro. Hella hyped for where we're headed with this series, man. So look, we in the final round grounds here. We're gonna go for about maybe 15, 20 more minutes if Lavis, if you can spare that with your brother. You good?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, bet,
Yeah.
bet, bet. Um, so yeah, we were talking beforehand. It's something. Look, I don't do a lot of DC stuff around here, bro. But right now, the Mayne Authority is going through watch parties over there on the Discord for season 3 of Titans. I'm lavish, like I'm right
Sir.
now on season 1 of Titans, episode 9. I mean, episode. I finished episode 10 yesterday, so I'm on episode 11.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
I mean, like for the folks who are in here, I gave the first episode of Titans a try and couldn't get past it. But the validation and the ways that you were going on about Titans really made me want to give it a second shot. And it's a solid series. Like, just kind of lay out about Titans. Folks in here, I'm trying to give folks some more nerdy content to go watch, so you can watch some nerdy content every day. But what makes Titans so work as a series? Because it's a bit scary, but like this shit works. Like it works with what they're doing over
Right. Um. Well, like you said, the first episode got me, and I don't care if you ain't seen the first episode. It's been years ago. I'm gonna talk about it. In the first few minutes, somebody's getting popped. Okay, popped. Done. Like they letting you know off top. Yes, this is not a kid's show. People will be dying. And you pretty much get that through the whole first season when you're learning the origins for each of the characters.
there. Mm-hmm.
I think the first season's the weakest season. They do a lot better in season 2, so I think you'll enjoy it a lot more when you get into season 2, where they actually pick a storyline and they go with it, and that's the Judas Contract. If you're not familiar with that, just in general, the Judas Contract is based off of Deathstroke, his son, being killed and being in league with the Titans, and pretty much Deathstroke getting his revenge. That's just the premise of it. How it happens in season 2 is not exactly how it happens in the comic, but it does that story justice for the whole second season. Um, with and the difference is like you have Terra, she's actually a being who can control the earth and stuff like that. They changed that up and they use Rose or Deathstroke's daughter. um and then you kind of get into the mind of Dick Grayson a little bit more and see the past in which what the Titans were. So they're kind of building up more of the Titans was a thing before, and Dick is trying to do something different with this newer version. They do make a lot of kind of references to kind of where he's like Batman in a sense,
Uh-huh.
but the biggest difference is like he's not going around and like recruiting kids or whatever to try to make them Titans. It's just a group of misfits that kind of fell in his lap that he feels he needs to train and make and show them a better way. But
Okay.
this whole Judas Contract Deathstroke thing gets in the way. But it's real enjoyable. Yes, people still do be dying in season 2. Um, there are some gripes, of course. Your gripes might be different from mine, but the ones that I had, I'm pretty sure are shared by a lot of people who were watching the Titans as a whole. It's just some of it just didn't make sense, but you could tell that they did it to make the story go. Um, but season 3 so far, I'm not giving no spoilers, Felicity. Not for season 3. Season 2 and 1, like you get all the seasons on there. You either get HBO Max or if you got other means of watching it, you can watch it that way. But season 3, I ain't gonna give no spoilers. All I'm gonna say is season 3, they once again are letting you know they are not afraid to take people out. They are not afraid to pull triggers. They are not afraid to trigger you. And the story is actually a lot better. The budget, they get a lot bigger budget. They do move them out of San Francisco. You get to see a lot more of the city, I guess, in which they go around. Um, and you could just tell off top that this season is going to be something different. We already know we're getting Red Hood. The way they're doing the Red Hood so far will definitely make you dislike him more than any other. Like after you watch, like if you watch it, you get entangled with the season with the Titans in the second season. By the third season, yes, it will definitely make you dislike the Red Hood more than any other iteration that you got to see him in, be it cartoon or in the comic. Um, this live action version, yes. So far, season 3, like I said, I can't get no spoilers until people catching up because I know the homie Al, he's got to catch up, and a lot of other people in here. But some of the names that I'm seeing here, they know, and they're like, "Lavis, shut up, don't talk about it, don't
Be
even bring it
quiet.
up."
I got
But yeah, like I've been putting it to you this way: they drop the first 3 episodes, and if by the third episode, when you watch it, you're not like, yo, slow down, I don't want more than one anymore, then you ain't paying attention.
you. Okay.
Because after watching the 3 that they dropped, by the time I got to the end of the third one, I was like, if they don't just give me one a week, like I'm about to, when I go back on the Mayne Authority and talk with Al, I'm gonna be like, yo, forget what you talk about with having to wait a week. I needed a whole
I gotta
week
take off.
to digest. Yes, like I need that. I need that now. Be quiet, Jared. I'm gonna use your name now. Yes, I'm itching to talk season 3, but I can't. I cannot do it. I gotta let everybody catch up so we can all be in the same spot. And you guys need to feel what I felt when things had happened in these episodes. I can't wait for the next episode to drop tonight. We will be doing a watch party for that again on the main gang server. So
Hey,
if you're caught up and if you ain't got that sauce,
you
you already know whose loss that is.
motherfucking hey,
So
and what's going on, Jedi Jen? Star Wars MCU OG. I think I said what's up to you. What's popping, y'all? Darth Chaos. And by the way, guys, make sure if you're new here, if you're just dropping in here, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on the grind to 250 subs. We stream 4 days a week here in the dojo. Um, and we got some great stuff coming on the way. So make sure you just drop a like and subscribe if you are new here and hit that notification bell so you know when we're streaming because tomorrow we will be going the main gang. You guys, what time you guys going? 9 o'clock, right? Nine
yeah, I
thirty.
believe we're going to 9 tomorrow.
Yeah. So how we've done it here in the dojo in the past is that we have a little late night dojo session on Thursday nights after after the show over there with the main gang. So make sure you hit the notification bell. You usually go on about 11 o'clock. And then while you guys trickle in, from the main game. So um, that's what's on state for tomorrow. So look, bro, just a couple more questions I got for you here, man. When it
Sure.
comes to this whole Marvel stuff, let me know like where are you headed right now? Like, and I'm not talking like No Way Home or like Multiverse Man. I want to eliminate those. Like, what outside of those two, what are you looking forward to the most when it comes to the
Uh, I'm gonna be honest and say that there's really there aren't any properties coming out right now that I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for this to come out. And I guess that's most likely because of the things that's going on in the world right now.
MCU?
I do want to get excited for Spider-Man. I want to say yes, No Way Home is the thing that I am waiting for. But I don't feel like getting my expectations high for them to not like Shang-Chi's opening or Shang-Chi's opening or not like the Eternals and how it performs based on the things that's going on in the world, and we don't get Spider-Man when we're supposed to get it. We ain't got a trailer yet. They already delayed Venom, and we still got to wait and see how Shang-Chi is going to perform in the next couple of weeks. We got to see if people are going to enjoy Eternals. Um, as much as I defend Hawkeye, we put it to you that way, because everybody's like, oh, he's a Hawkeye shield. No, but I defend him because my man's he's close to Batman. He ain't got no powers, but he be up there with them superpowered beings handling his business. So at least put some respect on the name. But I'm not excited to see the Hawkeye season that's coming out, mainly because I really don't know what the big deal is with it. I don't know what they're doing with it. They're not talking about it too much. Um, and I know it's going to be introducing Kate Bishop's character more than focusing on Hawkeye himself, like Jeremy Renner version. So I'm not really into that. Miss Marvel, they're too up and down with her for me to be excited for that. I think the costume looks dope. But like they can't decide whether they want her to have stretchy powers. They can't decide if she's gonna have some kind of hardened energy powers. Like they don't know what they're doing with that. So I'm not a big fan of Miss Marvel anyway. Um, if you really want to start getting me excited, I want to know what's gonna happen with Daredevil. I want to know what's going on with the Punisher. I want to know what's going on with those types of characters that were dope and are now canon, or at least will be canon in Marvel. When we start getting into that, Blade, all of them, then yeah, you're gonna start seeing me get a little amped up. But at the moment, until I can hear what's going on with Spider-Man, I'm just chill on
I
Marvel.
feel you. I feel you. Now, one thing I will say though, because I was with you on the Hawkeye series, but my anticipation went a little bit up when they said that Vincent D'Onofrio was going to be in that joint as Kingpin.
Yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, it
He
made it a little better.
Yeah, and that made me even like I went through a whole thing on my joints where it's like, damn, what did they make Hawkeye the series that reveals some of this stuff that's going down with the multiverse and some of these villains coming in there, and like
Right.
Hawkeye. I mean, because Kingpin is technically a Spider-Man type of deal.
He's like a
too.
Spider-Man Daredevil villain.
Deal, yeah.
So I'm hoping that Easter egg kind of alludes to maybe Daredevil will make a cameo, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
I really doubt it.
I was thinking Daredevil might make that cameo in what folks are saying is either in She-Hulk or in
She-Hulk, yeah.
or in No Way Home too. There's rumors that he'll be in No Way Home.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be in No Way Home.
So like to me, it was like looking at Vincent coming in, like it could just be like if they wanted to make people really want to go back and watch Hawkeye after it happens or whatever. It's to make Vincent D'Onofrio come in through that way and to introduce us to that concept. That would be the only thing that get me hyped for Hawkeye. But honestly, man, I'm here for Shang-Chi, bro. Like I'm here for Shang-Chi just like for content wise. Like not necessarily here for like the hype that's gonna be like the story that's gonna be around it. I honestly think it's gonna flop, like make 55 million in theaters. That's where I think my head is at, and I think that's what low key Disney wants is for these theaters to tank and to go down. But beside that, like I love kung fu movies, like that aspect of it, and like the stuff that we've seen. Like I watched a special look from Shang-Chi fighting, like on the scaffold scene, and like that joint, just watching that full scene out, the trailers don't do it justice. And that's one thing I think that like the trailers I don't think are doing this movie as much justice as it deserves.
Probably not.
But to me, I think this movie is like could end up being top 10 MCU, bro. Like that's how hype I am on it. Now Eternals, bro, like no hype. My hype on Eternals is like 4 right now. maybe after this trailer tomorrow that we supposed to be getting, my hype will go back up. But y'all mark it in here. Like my hype is at a 4 and 5 right now, so we'll see where it's at tomorrow. But like that's just where my head is at. And then I'm not hyped for like you said, I'm not hyped for Miss Marvel either, bro. It's just not my cup of tea. But I will watch
I
it.
mean, on my radar.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it though. To keep it 100, it's Marvel. I still watch it, and I still talk about it here for folks who are into it. But I'm just not like.
It might be in danger if it drops around the same time as Book of Boba. I don't remember what timeline it's supposed to drop in,
It's supposed to
but if
drop in
it's anywhere around
2021
there,
now. Like I think after
is
Book of
it?
Boba.
Were they smart then? Because
Yeah.
they knew Miss Marvel's not going up against the Book of Boba.
Now it could work to where
I'm watching the Book of Boba.
it could work to where Star Wars keeps their Thursday nights. You know what I mean? Like Star Wars keeps their like Thursday night premiere Friday morning, and then what you call it, Marvel keeps the Wednesday slot.
Right.
They could do that, but like, bro, it wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, I'm only doing one drop party a night, and if I had to choose between Miss Marvel and and Book of Boba on a week, I'm choosing Book of Boba every week.
Exactly.
But bro, have you seen the Visions trailer? Ashton brought up a good question. Have you seen?
Yeah,
the
I seen
Visions
you asked me that. I did catch the Visions trailer, and I'm liking. I think I was talking with Al about it. I'm liking the amalgamation that they put in there. I'm getting some Matrix, Animatrix vibes off of that. Kind of like Animatrix meets Star Wars. So I thought it
trailer?
looked pretty cool. I just wondering what kind of stories that they're gonna have in there because I'm hearing it's not canon. So it's like, okay, so what's the importance of you dropping a show that's not canon in Star Wars with these dope elements, these animatrix type elements in it? So I'm curious about it. I'm hoping it keeps my attention, but I'm hoping that it'll be better than and don't take me wrong when I say this. I'm hoping it'd be better than Bad Batch. Now, I'm hearing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are raving about Bad Batch. Everybody's enjoying all that type of stuff, but Bad Batch was not able to hold me as a swarming. So this look is a lot better. I understand Bad Batch is supposed to be like a kid show. Um, and I do know, Bad Batch does kind of give a little bit more context to some of the things and some of the questions that people might have had. So I feel like that's more of you got to be a sweaty or a complete normie to want to be into like Bad Batch. But I think the Visions trailer for me seems a little bit more well-rounded. Maybe not exactly a kid show, but at least teens my age group and up can look at that and enjoy it as just a Star Wars property. So I'm hoping I'll be able to watch that from episode 1 and through. And maybe they say it's not canon, but maybe something in there will be. I think that would be kind of cool if they was able to bring something out on that. So
I,
yeah,
I'm with you 100% on that, bro. I like the Bad Batch, but bro, Visions, dog, like,
yeah,
bro,
Visions looks good.
I fucked around and watched the trailer yesterday in Japanese.
Mm.
Bro, I
How you
saw the
know it's
trailer.
good?
Yeah, bro, I saw the trailer in the dub version, and I thought it was coming out in dub. But I'm a sub guy. Like I watch the subtitles. I gotta watch it in Japanese. 'Cause, I mean, I feel like that's what it's made to watch and enjoy. And like I just, sometimes, especially, Dragon Ball Z was bad for this. You'd have to pause this because it's a dub. You know what I mean? Like it just feels a little like awkward in the dialogue a little bit. Like it doesn't really match the pacing of the animation. But all that to say, bro, when I watched that shit in Japanese, bro, it felt like a straight up anime. Like it gave me them feels.
Right.
I looked at it through a whole different lens. And it feels like a Star Wars anime story, and honestly, that makes for a fire ass anime. Could be better than any
Right.
anime that Netflix got on right now. You know what I mean? Like that they put out. You know what I mean? Like, cause Netflix be doing their
Right.
whole like Netflix original animes. This shit got the flavor to be better than those. Like, bro, like it's so much in there, bro. From like the way they're using the lightsabers to like the
Yeah.
cultural references to the visions, the visuals that we have of the lightsabers and the lightning and the different types of futuristic shit. But that is my question
if
of
I'm
what the
being-
story is going to be. But yeah,
Right. I'm about to say, if I'm gonna be real, like the fact that they're mixing Star Wars with anime to me makes way more sense than the original canon. And biggest reason why I say that is because like some of the things in the trailer that they how they pull it out, and they're out in it's Japanese. It's like it just makes sense. Like I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but Asians are smart as hell. I feel like an Asian would actually make a real life star lightsaber way faster than anybody else. That's just me giving them credit.
That's just giving
So
them
like
facts.
yeah, so just seeing it be more of actual anime, like I'm to be surprised. Like George Lucas, no wonder my man is rich because like this is more of a anime concept that you would be used to. It's like you see something like this in anime, it's kind of normal, you know. So for Star Wars to be what it is and it not be related to that, uh, this Visions just makes it even better, you know. Kind of like it's home. Shut up, Felicity.
Oh,
She always try to cancel me for something all day.
oh, nah, Felicity
Just
always
can't win
trying
with
to
these
cancel
people.
somebody, bro. Felicity a hard one. Felicity is
I
hard.
gotta be on to get canceled, okay? So, ugh. Black Twitter don't even know who I am. So, I'll be like, cancel Lavas. They're gonna be like, who?
Who? Look,
I
I had the
saw them.
same thought, bro. I'm sorry to get off topic, but I saw an
Yeah.
article on social media that was like people are trying to cancel Aquafina for her for her comments against black culture. I'm like, bro, who? Because nobody in my black group other than myself knows who the hell Aquafina is. so like, and I'm gonna be real. The only reason I know who she is because she in Shang-Chi. So like,
Right.
and she was in Jumanji, and I love Jumanji, but I had no idea who the hell she was in that. I was like, oh, it's just a no-name actor that I don't know. So bro, like it's just can't like, and that's not a Felicity because I know Felicity just made that shit pop into my head. Like it is just weird, bro. It like Black Twitter. I don't know. Black Twitter is just weird, bro. That's why I'm so big on getting that casting right for T'Challa because like if you don't get it right for T'Challa, you got all these articles that are going to be shared by people who don't even really
Oh
give
yeah.
a f about comics, don't really give a f about the shit that we're watching, but they've just seen the Black Panther in Endgame or what have you, and aren't normies. You know what I mean? Like they can watch it, but I think you gotta have. I think normies is a title that's earned a little bit too. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody
Mhm.
who just cuts on a movie. So like they're not normies. They're just people who are just watching the movie. Um, so
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
that's
I
why I
know what
think
you
you got to
mean.
get it right, bro. Like, I mean, Michael B. Jordan is one that is not going to get torn down at all. And then my thought is
No.
like, I don't think anybody's going to turn against Darkness himself, Mister Damson Idris. I think right now he could do anything
Mm.
right now, and I don't think people would turn against him um, just because of the performances he's given.
Man, if we got it, Idris Elba, Black Panther,
Oh no,
I
I'm
don't
talking
even
about
want to talk
Damson
about it.
Idris. I'm talking about Franklin, Damson
Oh,
Idris.
okay. Okay.
Like the
Okay.
dude from
Still.
Snowfall. The dude
Yeah,
from
still.
Snowfall. I'm
I
down.
still stand behind what I said. We got an Idris Elba Black Panther. Man, ain't gonna be nothing wrong with that neither, man.
Oh,
At
you say
all.
ain't nothing wrong with it? Okay, yeah.
No.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
ain't
it'd be
nothing
a lot
wrong.
of complaints. He'd be a little old, but I don't think it'd be a lot of complaints. For
Right.
real with that either. Um,
Just be
people would live with
seasoned.
that. Just be a little seasoned and
Not
crispy.
old. He's seasoned. Okay.
Hey, look, they
I
ain't
gotta
let him.
start I gotta start getting into that now. So when
Let's
I
talk
when I
that.
reach that seasoned age, I'm already seasoned in saying I'm seasoned. So
Look,
seasoned.
my whole thing is, bruh, something got to grow on the side of my face before I end up going bald, bro. Like, cause I know I'm gonna end up going bald one day. So something got to happen before I end up going bald, cause I don't want to be
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
it's all just gonna rush down to your face then.
It
You'll
better.
be alright.
It better, bro.
You'll be alright.
I ain't trying to hold on to my hair, but at the same time, I ain't trying to be, I ain't
To
trying to
not
keep a
be
skin
completely
face.
without.
Facts.
Right. Hey, it just makes you look younger.
Hey, true.
Tell you that right now. I know a 63-year-old gentleman who works out in the gym. And if you met him, you think he was at least 40. No
Mm.
hair. He ain't even got facial hair. My man looks at least 38, 39. My man's 63. So it's how you wear it, not how it wears you.
Yo, so last thing before I let you go here, Did you see the? Have you seen some of the news about the Finn news? The rumors about Finn possibly getting from Star Wars getting a series.
No, I have not heard about the rumors about him possibly getting a series, but I have heard rumors about possibly paying off that force sensitivity. That I have heard.
Well,
So
this
the fact that they might be doing a TV show and those rumors could be in line.
yeah, those rumors are coming out saying it's a show, and that it's going to be focusing on one how he became a clone trooper, and then two give us some insight into what he is doing post the sequel trilogy. Um, dude, I'm here for that shit, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that.
I'm all down here for seeing my man's pop in there, and like especially if we, like you said, I want to see him tap into the Force. Let's get another melanated Force user in the world, um, and even tell the story of the sequel trilogy. I mean, the post sequel trilogy through his eyes. I'm definitely here for that, bro. Retribution for my man's too, man. Retribution for him, bro.
Yeah, yeah. They need to do something with him because he did it the right way as far as speaking on everything and how he felt about everything. He didn't go the Snyder way or the what's my man's name? I've been trying to forget it
Uh,
because
Ray.
I don't even know what his point was. Yeah, Ray Fisher. Yeah, he didn't go the Ray Fisher way. So it would be dope to see Finn get just pay off everything that you owed that man. Like
Yeah,
period. You know, give my man a lightsaber, give him a little bit of force sensitivity, give him a good story, and and you know, put him canon somewhere else in the future. Maybe cross him over in season 3 of Mandalorian. That's hopefully about to start filming in the next month. Put him in
Felicity.
that.
Felicity coming through with the don't Disney, Mister, don't Disney Plus me. I guess she found that Disney magic number. I
Right.
guess Disney, yeah, Disney did find that magic number. That's
Heck.
facts. I mean, and two as well, dude. Like, oh damn, what was my point? I was about to add on to that. Yo, like I think it's a little understated too. My man's the way he really called out Disney about the hair shit. Like,
Right.
I think it even sparked a deeper conversation because now people on Tyler Perry's ass too. Like, but like I think his impact of what he's doing with hair and even moving forward. Because I mean, I'm gonna be real. Even T'Challa's haircut in Black Panther, I won't effing with that. To keep it 100 with you, like his haircut looked a little like they ain't got my man's with the smooth edge up. Like he ain't really got the fade in there. It's just like the fro and
Right.
not really. So like I'm wondering if that stuff really come into play. But like even when you come to WandaVision and you see Miss Monica Rambeau. Let me get off my simp train. But you see her with her hair out there, like you see her out there with that natural hair bouncing and shit like that. Like I wonder how much of what Finn was talking about, like of what goddamn I'll just call him Finn because I'm blanking on his name right now. I wonder how much of what
Oh,
Boyega was
Boyega.
talking about. I
Yeah,
wonder,
Boyega, yeah.
I wonder how much of what he was talking about had an impact to play and made things better on set for people of color on Disney sets at least.
Right.
Like I wonder if that impact is yet to be seen.
I mean,
Yeah.
we maybe it depends on the opportunities Disney has as far as the properties they make that involve other black characters. Um, to me, I think his point more or less was the lack of diversity towards actual hairstyles. Like
Mm-hmm.
the hairstyle they gave him in Star Wars was very like 80s ish. You know what I'm saying? It's like there are tons of other hairstyles that he could have gotten. I think the only reason why that's a small gripe for me is because you're talking about a property that has set set guidelines. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to be a clone in the Imperial Empire. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
all of them had the square buzz cut haircuts. You know what I'm saying? I've not seen too much diversity with haircuts. So like maybe if his gripe is by the time he's no longer with them, they could have changed his hairstyle up. Maybe. But at the same time, Star Wars is not really based off of race. So yeah, you
Facts.
got a black stormtrooper and everything. But to be completely honest, I mean, you're out in space. Nobody's looking at you as African.
There's
Nobody's
no
looking at
culture
you
out there.
as, yeah, I'm saying, right. There's no culture. So you get a buzzed haircut, and you're not really going to look towards trying to get another haircut. Style is not something that you're going to look toward. Be like, oh, I want to look more like a black person. You know what I'm saying? You're going to just put on what's available in the Star Wars universe. So I feel like that's a kind of a gripe. It's not the same. If you want to kind of bring that argument towards Marvel, I feel like it would stand up a little bit more. Because they gave Chadwick Boseman what I called a little cornbread. He got the little short cornbread fro that was going on, and he didn't get no. But he's in Africa, so you could go anywhere between having him be bald or having super long dreads or anything like that.
Killmonger's cut was
the
dope.
black, right? The Black Panther DLC, they got him. My man's got the braids that wrap around to the back with the fade on the side, and it looks kind of dope. And he's in Wakanda, so there's some diversity there, and I feel like they kind of made sure to do that because Africans are stylish. They don't just have the same normal kind of hair style or the same kind of clothes and all that type of stuff. But I mean, does his argument still stand? Yes, being on in real life, bringing it back to the real life terms, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of diversity on set that could accommodate even that kind of a conversation. It was just, I know how to do buzz cuts, so that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? There's no room to be creative. There's no room to have the improvisation that movie probably could have used. It was really set in stone how they did a lot of stuff, and I feel like that was more of the issue than him. I think the hair thing was kind of a point to make, as opposed to just trying to be like, well, I wanted to be more black.
I think
what I'm saying?
I think that's a brilliant point, bro.
Yeah,
I think that's a spot on point. Because everything is from the need for him to have the haircut really wasn't there. Like to have a different haircut. I think that was just a brilliant point you added on. And to me, like, even Disney still got this shit to work on. And I don't know, I didn't mean to wrench into this, but like watching the WandaVision behind the scenes shit, bruh, everybody on that set was white. Everybody in that live audience that I could look at was white. So like they still got their issues to deal with, and like it's those things that when you're not looking for it, you don't notice it. But you're telling me you can have an all black set for Black Panther, but you can't have one person. And like I said, we get that's what we see. You know what I mean? It's what we see. I'm pretty sure it could be more on set. But to have those people in some of those key roles, I'm pretty sure if it's Black Panther, all black people in there. Honestly, if you gonna give me Black Panther, I don't care if one of the key set members is white. You know what I mean? Ludwig Göransson killed that jump.
Right.
So it's like, just put the best in place, and have that same intent for diversity that you have for Black Panther with the rest of your content. You know what I mean? And treat Black Panther the same way. Like, don't segregate. It's like, bring this shit together. And that's a perfect segue to kind of wrap it all the way around to one thing I did love about the episode of What If was that scene when they pulled T'Challa and my man's Yondu was questioning Taserface. Does he look like Peter Quill to you? And he pulled up a picture of a little white boy.
Yeah.
You got T'Challa standing right there.
Yeah.
And they said humans look like a human to me, bruh. Subtle. But the wokies ain't crying. The woke haters ain't crying about it. And I'm not even saying it was woke. Because woke is on a different level. To me, that's just common sense and all together, just bringing shit together. And at the end of the day, like that to me had a weight that's overlooked. But again, we ain't looking for it. But it's still a message that's in there.
Right.
So with that, bro, like, it's a great conversation in here, bro. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. Is it anything you want to shout out, anything you want to plug, anything you want to, even if you got a little topic you want to pop off at the top of your dome that you just want to get out there, anything you want to add, bro, you got the floor is yours. Ain't no time limit. I'm just saying, the floor is yours. But anything else you want to add in, bro?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Of course, everybody knows to check out the Mayne Authority over there on the YouTube. We got a new YouTube. Al and I are gonna be coming through like we always do, purple drink and sauce in hand, and making sure everybody gets that sauce, gets that drink, and gets all that info that we're gonna be getting. If it's popping out in these streets, we talk about it. So make sure that you get in on that. Hit us up on our socials. We got Twitter, IG. Join the Discord because if you ain't on the Discord, I don't know what you're doing with your life. And just pretty much just come in and have fun. That's pretty much what the aim is. Just come in, have fun, and be able to be who you are in the space that we create. Other than that, make sure you come back and check man Kendall out.
Hey,
Like, God, shout out to man Kendall. One more
appreciate you.
game. Thank you for having me on. It's always a
Appreciate
pleasure,
you.
man. And I hope we can do this again soon.
I hope we
Real.
can do it again too. I hope we can do it again soon too, bro. And I'm putting in my order for this PC. So hopefully when I bring you up here, man, you're not lagging like everybody. Like it's not you. I bring everybody in here. I bring on. I'm lagging, or I'm either on Streamlabs and my quality is shitty.
Oh
But we,
man, once you
but
get
we,
that, once you
we
get that
moving on up,
PC,
bro.
man, yep, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, we moving on
Good
up, bro.
problem.
We moving on
Yeah.
up to the east side of streams. So make sure y'all stick around with us. Hey, but look, Lavis, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, bro. Thank you again so much for coming through, my man.
No problem, man. Y'all be good.
All right. As I fumble my way to my final round ground scenes here, as we go all the way throughout the dojo to get to where I'm trying to go. Again, major shout out to Lavis Blackman coming through, one half of the Mayne Authority, doing his thing in here for the stream. It was a pleasure having him on here. I can't wait to get him back on. I can't wait to watch them on stream tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Until then, do what I'm about to do. Go watch something nerdy. Go rewatch the What If episode. Go watch the season 3 of Titans with the main gang on their Discord over there. Go watch a little bit of DC. Go watch some Star Wars. Go watch anything nerdy. Share it with a friend. Make them a normie. Bring them here to the dojo, and we'll turn them into a certified nerd. I am your normie sensei, Master Kunch, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Hit that notification bell, like and subscribe, share the channel, and see you guys soon. Be breezy. I ain't lavish, dog. Oh.